We are live. Yes, yes, yes,
Hey,
yes. Hello, everyone. Good morning,
good
afternoon,
morning.
evening, wherever you're joining us from. It's another beautiful Thursday, and we are live again. Yes. So, my name is Mary, and I am joining you here from beautiful Saskatchewan, Canada, a mom to three adorable kids, and I am a nurse and also a digital business mentor. I got with me here one of my amazing business partner here, and of course, we've come again to chat about what we enjoy
We've come
doing.
again.
Yes,
We
we're
have
here
come
again.
again.
I know. We're here to chat about what we love doing. As you can see, there's the excitement in us, right? So we are just here to share the excitement. Thank you so much. And as you join us, guys, please don't forget to give us the love, the shares, thumbs up, please. We love you to share these videos because we want it to reach as many as possible, as always. And we can't do that without
As
your support through
always.
sharing. So, without talking too much, I'm going to hand it over to you, Carol, so you can introduce yourself here. Take it over, girl.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm just busy sharing, which is
Yeah.
what I hope you do when you join us. My
Mhm.
name is Caroline. I am originally from Cameroon, like Mary. I live in the US with my family. I am a wife, a mom of three girls, a registered nurse, and a digital business coach. And it's always a joy. One of my favorite things to do, to just chit chat, have these conversations pertaining to business and you owning your own side hustle because I know what it has done for me. And I know it's an amazing, amazing thing to do for you and for your family. So thank you so much for joining us. Please consider sharing. Again, I always say if it's not, it may not be for you, but it could be for somebody on your timeline. So consider sharing as you come on. And let us know where you're watching from.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I can see the excitement in you when you talk, Carol. So I am
Yes.
ready for that right now here. And we got some eyes looking at us there. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, share as you join us, guys. Give us those love, those thumbs up. I can see only one there, but I see six eyes, please. Let us know where you're joining us from. And thank you so much, Therese, for joining us. She's joining us from Quebec, Canada. Woo, thank you
Hi,
so much,
Tara.
sis, for joining us. It's a pleasure having you on. So, today we have a very exciting topic. We come
Mhm.
here to talk about business all the time, most often, but again, our topic for today is for everybody. Whether you're a business person or you're not a business person, this pertains to you. So be sure to watch us till the end here. Today, our topic is all about discipline versus motivation. Yes, so many people get this conflicted when they think about motivation and discipline. And it's something that we all need in life. We definitely need this in life because life is full of a lot of things. Life is full of ups and downs, struggles, there are good times, bad times, but you need to be disciplined to get going. Yes, even the most successful people in life, they got what they call discipline. That's what made them
Mhm.
successful. That's the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful people. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, Caroline, I'm going to get you to get started here. When it comes to motivation versus discipline, I know so many people they want to be motivated to get going with their daily
Mhm.
lives and daily activities, especially when it comes to business. When it comes to business, business is something that if you wish to have a life of no worries, a life full of financial freedom, a life free of debt, a life free of freedom that you want, free of boss and all that, owning a business is definitely the way to go. But again, the business comes with responsibilities. It's not just starting the
It's
business
not
and
going to
letting
run
it rumble.
itself.
It's not going to run itself. No, it doesn't. You have to be on it. You call yourself an entrepreneur, you are the business owner, you got to make the business run. And that is where the discipline comes in. And so many people struggle with that. That's why most businesses start and it fails within the first 2 years. That's because we kick out discipline because we thought starting a business is just going to be like, oh, I'm running a business. I'm a business owner. That's it. No, you have to be disciplined. So, Carol, I'm
Mhm.
going to pass this on to you. Tell us, what can you tell us when it comes to discipline versus motivation. Give us a
Okay.
chapter.
So,
Take it away.
first of all, let's define what motivation is and what discipline is. So,
Mhm.
motivation is that strong desire. It's that strong desire and strong force that propels you to want to do something,
Yeah.
right? When
Hmm.
you're motivated to do something, it's almost like nobody can tell you any different. Like it's almost like every fiber of your being, you know, corresponds to that desire to want to ensure that that thing happens, which
Right.
is good.
Oh
Motivation is
yeah.
good,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So, and you find that when you're motivated, it takes way less energy and
Hmm.
less um input from your
Right.
part, to be able to bring that thing to fruition, and less willpower, not less input. So less energy and less willpower for you to be able to bring that thing into fruition. So motivation is good. But the thing with motivation is it's not consistent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Motivation is not consistent. When you want to do something, I actually have a mentor who a spiritual mentor, and Elizabeth, and she usually calls it temporal zeal.
That's a good
Motivation
word
is
for it.
temporal zeal. It's
Yeah.
almost like you have that fire burning in you, to
Hmm.
do something. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And then maybe you do it the first day, and sometimes it even just ends at the point of I want to do it.
Right.
It doesn't translate from I want to do it to I'm
To
actually
action.
doing it.
Yeah. So
That's how
true.
much you
Yeah.
can't rely
I
on
agree.
motivation.
Yeah.
That's how fickle motivation can be, right?
Yeah.
So now that's why I will always pick discipline over motivation, because motivation, that desire is there, that longing to do it is there, and you are willing to a certain extent to do what it takes to be able to do it. But
Hmm.
discipline is what is going to get you there. You cannot always rely on motivation. You
Yeah.
cannot always depend on motivation, because it's not every single day that you're going to be motivated,
Right.
especially if you really want to achieve that thing. you know there has to be a point where you realize that motivation will not cut it. Waiting for motivation will not cut it, right?
Right.
So that's the definition of motivation. Now, the definition of discipline is the ability to do that which you should be doing in and out of season,
Hmm.
whether it's raining, whether the sun is shining, whether
Hmm.
it's snowing out there.
Hmm.
Discipline is the ability to do what you should be doing. And discipline is what you want to work on, not waiting for motivation. Again, like I said, motivation is very fickle. You cannot rely on motivation. Motivation is transient. Motivation will not get you, waiting for motivation will not get you anywhere. Waiting for
No.
motivation will not get you anywhere, because you should not always feel like doing what you should do before you do it. That will make you a very unreliable human being, and nobody wants to work with an unreliable human being, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I
You
agree.
don't always need to feel like it. If you're building a business, you do not show up to your business site. Just if you're building a traditional business, especially, you do not show up to your business site only when you feel like showing up to your business site. That business will fail. It will fail
So
before
true.
it even gets the chance to succeed. Because you know what? People are always looking for what you're offering.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if they cannot find you, they'll find somebody else that is offering the same thing, or even what seems like the same thing of a lower value. They will go with that other person if they cannot find you. That's why I always tell people, your next buyer, your next business partner, your next client is watching you, and they're looking for what you're offering. The question is, how are they going to find you? Have you opened your business today? Have you opened up shop today? Or are you I'm not motivated, I don't feel like going, I don't feel like doing it. You confirm code. you you, you confirm
Confirm.
code. Yeah.
Confirm.
If you want to do anything worthwhile in life, and this is not, I like your introduction where you said this is not just for business owners, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The developing discipline and developing a solid work ethic is for everybody. It's for everybody. You could be a student, you could be a worker, a nurse, a pharmacist, whatever you're doing. If you do not have a good work ethic, and a good work ethic, aka discipline, you will lose that thing that you're doing. You will fail out of school. You
Yeah.
will, you'll be fired from your job because they clearly cannot rely on you.
Mhm.
Again, people that are always waiting to be motivated before they do stuff, they are very unreliable. And
Very
you don't want to be
unreliable.
that kind of person. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the little bit of the introduction that I can give on both motivation and discipline. And again, like I said, motivation is not a bad thing. Let motivation meet you on the road. I was telling you that earlier. Let motivation meet you on the road. You don't sit and wait for motivation to come. You set your goals, you start pursuing your goals, and let that motivation catch you at the junction. Like,
Motivation might not get to you. You might have an accident on the way. Somebody else might smash it on the way, and it won't get to you. So yeah,
exactly.
I like that. I like that. And when
Yeah,
you talk on that, let me just interrupt a little bit here.
sure.
When you talk about motivation, like you mentioned, motivation is not a bad thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
always tell people when it comes to motivation, you should have that internal motivation way fired up than the external motivation. Because when we talk about internal motivation is that motivation that comes from within. It comes from you.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be related to the discipline you're talking about here. Because it's more like you have built up something in you and it's so burning in there that nothing can quench it. Like no matter whether your alarm clock rings or not, you are waking up. But when it comes to external motivation, that's when we're bringing in the alarm clock. It's more like you set that alarm clock and it rings and wakes you up. So when it wakes you up, what happens after that? If you got no motivation, internal motivation in you, that alarm clock is not going to ring the whole day. So when it rings,
You
you
lay
turn
back
it off
down.
and you
You
sit
turn
back.
it around, lay back.
And you start snoring. Yes, again, like you have to have that discipline, like Carol mentioned. Yeah, take it away, girl.
Right. So now the question is, how do you go from, just relying or focusing on motivation, and then building a solid work ethic based off of discipline? Right? Because I mean that's the main thing that we want to share here. Like, stop
Right.
waiting to be motivated before you take action. Stop waiting to be motivated before you post about your business. Stop waiting to be motivated before you launch that ad. Stop waiting to be motivated before you DM somebody to ask for more information about something. Stop waiting to be motivated before you reach out to that school about the program that you want to do. Stop waiting to be motivated before you go to work. That's not what adulting is about. Adulting
No.
is not about waiting for motivation. And I love how you actually differentiated between internal and external motivation, because I've had a lot of conversations with people when it comes to not only the internal motivation lacking, but the external motivation. You have some people who actually start off and they're like, oh yeah, I'm highly motivated, I want to do this, I want to start my business. And then maybe they get one or two naysayers,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Who just puncture that internal motivation a little bit, with maybe questions or assumptions about their business, or assumptions about the program or whatever it is that they want to do. And it just destroys their zeal, destroys their desire to
Yeah.
do it. So that overly focus on external motivation can be detrimental as well, especially when you're just starting off. When you're just starting off, it has to go from the point of motivation to discipline for you
Yeah.
to be able to sustain whatever it is that you're doing, right?
Exactly.
Because when you're disciplined, discipline comes with one of the fringe benefits of discipline is mastery. When
Mhm.
you're disciplined about something, mastery comes with it, right? I'm
Yeah.
not talking about when you're disciplined with, well, if you're disciplined with the wrong thing, you have a mastery of that wrong thing,
Yeah.
anyways. But if you're
Exactly.
disciplined, if you're disciplined about the right thing, a fringe benefit or the resulting effect of that discipline is mastery, right? So, and when you have mastery about something, that will also boost your confidence about the thing that you're doing, right? And that's
Yeah.
one thing about people that are disciplined, they always stand out. They always stand out because discipline is one trait that is admired in society. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what your background is, if you are known to be a disciplined person, that is a trait that is generally admired in
Oh yes.
society. Because
Very
number
respectable.
one, Yeah. Number one, you're giving off this vibe of I can be trusted.
Yeah.
I can be relied on,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of person that I want to work with, not somebody that is always waiting for motivation that never comes, or that will come once in a blue moon, like we say. I'm waiting to be motivated. I just don't feel motivated.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
watch the webinar yet. I started and I wasn't really motivated to finish, but you want to start a business.
Really? Like
You want to start a
seriously?
business, you don't have 90 minutes to
To
sit down
watch.
and watch. I'm just like, what, just keep it moving, keep it moving. Maybe this is not for you. Because if you want to
Exactly.
really start something as major, I always say starting a business is not child's play, right? If
Okay.
you're about to start something as serious as major as starting a business, and you do not have 90 minutes to sit down and get more information about that thing, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it really is not for you, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get yourself to go from just being motivated, or go from waiting for motivation to come before you do something, to actually becoming a disciplined person? And one of the key things is knowing yourself. Knowing yourself in the sense of know your strengths and your weaknesses. You know, know your strengths and your weaknesses. In Cameroon Pidgin, we say sometimes know yourself, no be kosh. Like when you know yourself, it's not an insult. If you know that in the mornings, it's kind of a little bit of a struggle for me to wake up, to wake to
Set
wake
10
up.
alarms.
I'm one of you stay up maybe past midnight, and all of that, and it's a struggle for you to wake up in the morning. When
Yeah.
you know that, information about yourself, you can act on that information to make
Exactly.
changes.
Yeah.
But if you're in complete denial, like, oh, you know what, I get up in the morning at 5 o'clock, and you do not.
That's a lie.
As much as you want to, you know that you do not. Then you're in denial about the fact that you struggle to wake up early in the mornings. So how can you fix that when you don't even recognize the fact that it's an issue in the first place? So
Yeah.
know your strengths, know your weaknesses, right? And then step two, eliminate the temptations. Eliminate the temptations, eliminate the distractions. Because when the temptations are there, ah, hmm, Bible says yield not to temptation, which means that there is that chance that you will yield. There is
Yeah.
the possibility that you will yield. Flee from every appearance of evil. If there are things that are standing in your way of accomplishing your goals, accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, flee,
Mm-hmm.
flee. Identify the temptations and flee from those temptations. If you're
Yeah.
on a weight loss journey, like some of us, you're keeping ice cream, in close proximity,
Popsicles.
you're trusting in the arm of flesh to help you, and you always fail you.
You'll be disappointed this time.
You'll be highly disappointed. So, remove the temptations.
Yeah.
Remove the temptations, and then set clear goals. Set clear goals and have an actionable, plan. You're not just setting vague goals like, oh, I want to make money, or I want to be rich. That's a wish. And everybody has that wish.
Okay.
Everybody has that wish, right?
Yeah,
So
everybody has
set
it for sure.
set clear goals. So these are some of the things. And then start small too, because I feel like sometimes when we have these humongous major goals, it can seem so daunting to where you give up without even starting. you know
Yeah.
you can have a vision, you set the goals, but make sure that as you're setting those goals, you have small goals, so that by yourself, that okay, I can do this one.
Yeah.
I can do this one. And then when you're able to achieve those smaller goals, celebrate even the little wins. And I loved what you said before we came live, how you're trying to make gratitude a habit.
Yeah.
That's very, very important. Celebrate, because you know what, there's always something to be grateful for. There's
Exactly.
always something to celebrate.
Yeah.
But when we just focus on those big goals, like, oh, I'm not there yet, so you feel like, oh, okay, you failed yourself and you're not hitting those goals, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not doing that. It becomes difficult to go after the bigger goals.
Yeah.
It becomes difficult. So set smaller and then set bigger goals as well. And as you achieve those smaller goals, kind of like the snowball effect, as you achieve those smaller goals, you'll be able to build the momentum, and you're building the discipline as well to be able to tackle the bigger goals as you go, and then celebrate as you go. Celebrate as you go. So those are some of the things that I will highly recommend. And then practice daily diligence as well. This whole concept of I will start tomorrow. I will start as if you think, as if tomorrow never reach. And then when the tomorrow gets here, you say, I'll start again tomorrow. Your own tomorrow never arrives.
No, it's always on the way. Always.
Your own tomorrow is always coming. So, I mean, I think you can speak on that really well too, Mary, because you do have a YouTube channel, where you talk a lot about habits, and about health and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just that daily diligence goes a really, 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 really long way. Practice daily diligence. It will help you with accomplishing your goals. Because when you practice the daily diligence, and we talked about that offline as well. When you practice that daily diligence, at some point it becomes a habit. Right?
Yes.
At some
Yes.
point it becomes a habit. And I know, like for you, for example, I'm sure, maybe like eating healthy and exercising at this point has become a habit.
I can talk about habits.
Girl, take it. Take over. I want to hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just love the way you differentiate between discipline and motivation. It's really powerful. And when you talked about discipline, actually, you finally drove to the point to what I was thinking. And I think we had this discussion too earlier. When you talk of discipline, I actually kind of compare it to habit. Habit
Hmm.
is we, one of those things that when you develop, it is very difficult to get rid of.
That's
When
right.
it comes to habit, if you want to be successful in life, you got to build those successful habits for yourself, because those are things that you cannot get rid of. And you made mention of brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth is a habit. It's something that you don't even think about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
tell me, if you have been growing up brushing your teeth every day, it's going to be difficult not to brush your teeth.
Oh yeah.
So usually they say for you to replace a habit, you have to bring in place another habit that is way stronger than that one. Because you cannot just get rid of a habit. You need to replace it in order to forget about that habit. You cannot get rid of a
Mm-hmm.
habit. So for you to replace a habit, you need something way better to be able to be convinced that,
That's
oh, this is
right.
way better. That's why I need to get rid of the other one. So when you get discipline, it becomes a habit in you. And when it becomes a habit, again, you mentioned you want to be building good habits for yourself, not bad habits. Because when you build those good habits, trust me, you will love yourself for building the habit, because they will stay around, they'll hang around for life. And when it comes to discipline, again, I know you mentioned some people, when people set goals, people talk about, oh, I want to make money, I want to be rich. No. When it comes to goal setting, when it comes to discipline,
Mm-hmm.
you succeed better with discipline when you are not in for a quick fix thing. When
Mm-hmm.
you are into quick fix, it's more like, oh, I have seen this business opportunity. People are saying that, oh, it makes so much money. Maybe I should go and make my own money too. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, girlfriend, no, boyfriend, no, that's not how it works. When you want to get into business, you have to be a business owner. You have to make up your mind, I'm building a business, and building a business is not bread and tea. Building a business takes discipline.
It's
Again,
not
Carol has
grandpa.
talked about that. It's not pap that you just put in your mouth and swallow. No, it takes discipline. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be committed. You should know that when you are building a business, you're not getting the money tomorrow. You have to invest in a business. You have to groom that business. And I like, Carol, and I remember one time you mentioned about it being like a pregnancy. When you are
Mm-hmm.
pregnant, you have to take care of your pregnancy. When you have that baby, you nurture that baby. And that baby, it's more like, I always call them investment. They're more like investment. You build them, you groom them, and when they grow up, they take care of you. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
is. So when it comes to building a business, when it comes to being disciplined, you have to put in those habits in place that even if they last with you for life, you will not regret those habits. They have to be good habits to put in place.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not going in for a quick fix thing. You are going in for a lifetime thing, long term. So you have to be ready for whatever you put in place, for sure.
That's right.
Yes. And you talked about a discipline, not
Mm-hmm.
like motivation being something temporal. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned me like I've been through a weight loss journey now for I think it's what September. This is 2 years since I started my weight loss
Wow.
journey. Actually, yeah, it is 2 years, and it's something that I'm definitely proud of. And I have people approach me all the time and ask me, "What did you do to lose weight?" Of course, that is one part of me that I really love. The fact that I want to hold hands and go with me, and that's one of
Mm-hmm.
the reasons why I love this business opportunity. The fact that I can be able to groom others, the fact that I can be able to mentor others, coach others to
Absolutely.
change their lives, to become something that they've dreamt of all their life, to become a change in the community. That's one part of it that I so long for. And sometimes I feel like that part of it trumps the money part of it, but I love it. And
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, like, I tell people, this is what I did to lose my weight, and this is what I'm doing to maintain the weight. Because most often, again, losing the weight to most people is not the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Keeping the
Ooh.
weight off is the problem. And that is where the
And I
discipline
am
comes
I
in.
am most people.
That is where the discipline comes in. That is where the habit comes in. I tell people, when you want to lose weight, you are not going in for a quick fix something. You are not going in for a temporary something. You're going in for a lifestyle change. You want to go in for something that you are ready to do for the rest of your life without being bored of it.
Mhm.
It has to be exciting. You have to be in flow all the time when you're doing. And that is
Mhm.
what discipline gets you to. When you discipline yourself and you make it a habit, a good habit, you enjoy the habit, it gets you into flow. When you are
Mm.
doing it, like it's
I
a
love
no-brainer.
that. I love flow. I love the
Yes.
concept of
You
flow.
get, oh, when you are in flow, believe me, those things that you hate to do, you do it with no brainer. Like it's more like, oh, I love one thing that I always tell my husband, like, I can wash all the dishes and pile them. I can load the dishwasher and run it. Putting them away is what I hate. I don't like to put dishes away. If you can just do that one thing for me, believe me, you will be like a lifesaver for me. Like, I can do all the dishes, but don't put it away, Mary. Again, but I there are days that I just enjoy putting it away. And that's because I get in that flow and I do it without even thinking about it. I just enjoy putting it away. And that's what you want to
That's
do.
right.
You want to get into that thing that you enjoy doing and discipline yourself, get that habit in place. Believe me, you will love it. And most people who have approached me actually for my weight loss success, I'm going to tell you, less than 5% of them have gone anywhere. They
Mm.
start it, they get so excited about it, they do it maybe
They're
for one,
waiting for
2 weeks.
motivation.
They are waiting for motivation, like you said it. It's motivation.
Motivation. They're waiting for motivation. Motivation is waiting for them,
And then
and the two never meet.
the two never meet. The two never meet. And it's more like when I started the journey, it was like, girl, when you talk about that desire, that burning desire, and you have those goals, your why, focus on that. Focus on those goals. That is what gets you going. No matter how much motivation you have, that external motivation, again, I will stick so tight on external motivation. If you don't keep your eye on the prize, like Marie would say,
Mm-hmm.
if you are not focused on that goal of yours, believe me, you're gonna drown on the way. And
Because external motivation is not reliable. External
no,
motivation in Cameroon we say it go leave you for junction.
you're gonna leave me for
External
junction.
motivation will leave you for middle road. It will leave you.
And I am mostly like a source of external motivation to those people who approach me, right? But again,
Yeah,
I try my best to be able to motivate them that they put that barrier. They don't
exactly.
get it. It's more like some external motivation. It's like they see it so high. They're like, okay, she wants me to be doing this. Like, how can I not eat this for 2 weeks? How is it
How can I
possible?
not eat
How is it
fufu?
how can I
Hey,
not eat my rice? How can I not eat my fufu? How is that even possible? It is possible. I did it. That's why I
Yeah.
say it is possible. Again, with okay, so we can talk and talk and talk and talk, but we just want to make this short for today. So, guys,
Yeah.
again, when it comes to motivation and discipline, you want to strive towards discipline. Make discipline
Hmm.
part of you. Build those habits that you will not regret in the future. Build those habits that will become part of your daily life. That is what you want to do. Those habits that I don't want to say you are comfortable with, you will get comfortable with in the process. Because
In
if
the
you want to wait
process,
for those
and
habits that you're comfortable with,
you're being comfortable with it will be as a result of those them becoming, habits and a
yes,
part of your daily routine.
exactly.
Because with that, you're able to tune to flow, like what Mary's talking
Yes,
about. That's why I really loved when you mentioned flow, because I think we talked about this too offline. Like when it becomes a habit, you know how they say there's something referred to as the force of habit.
hmm,
Habit has force, and that force of
powerful one.
habit in itself, yeah, it's enough sometimes to be able to propel you to do things that maybe months or years prior you would never have thought, like, oh, this is me doing this thing and it's seeming easier than I ever thought it could possibly be. That's the force of habit.
Yeah,
Habit in itself is energy that you can tune to as a result of doing something repeatedly, doing that
yeah,
right thing, taking that right step, doing that action repeatedly that will get you to your goal, making it a part of your daily routine, making
exactly.
it a part of your daily routine. And they say to form a habit, you have to do it, for at least 21 days, right?
Yeah,
21 days. And I think you mentioned earlier, and it takes a lifetime to be able to break it. And that's true. So just being diligent and doing it consistently, you eventually are able to tune to flow to where it's not as hard anymore to do.
yeah. Becomes effortless. Yeah, like
Hmm.
seriously. And when you talk of consistency and habit, discipline, I'm thinking of this live that we do. We do live every Thursday. And believe me, it's not an easy thing to come live every Thursday.
Hmm.
We
No,
got
it's
little
not.
kids. We have little kids that we have to get them ready in the morning and get them up for school. But yet, we decide Thursday we have to go live and we are
Mhm.
doing it. We're not doing it because we um,
I do.
we know too much to do it. It's because we have grown ourselves, we've become
Yeah.
disciplined to it, it's become a habit, and that's why we are doing it. Like, you know how you have that negative part in you. You mentioned that earlier. Like that's that part of you say, no, let's just skip today. We don't have to do this thing
Let's
today. Let's
sleep.
skip. We'll do next
And
week.
there'll always be a ready
Yeah,
excuse to use.
yeah,
There's always going to be an avail. If you're looking, I always say, if you want to do something, you find a reason and you find a way to do it. But
yeah.
if you're looking for an excuse, there's always going to be that perfect excuse that you can use. Absolutely. Excuses will
you
never fail you.
I'm laughing so hard because I had a conversation this morning with my son about excuses. He
Hmm.
laughed. Oh my God, he'll give you 1,000 reasons for why everything he's not doing anything. He has a reason for everything. I told him this morning, look, you want to become an expert in giving excuses, then go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Because he gets up in the morning, he wants to eat cereal every day. I'm like, no, you cannot eat cereal every day for breakfast. You gotta alternate. He said, well, he's eating the cereal because the cereal is not tasting that good anymore. He just wants to finish it up. Okay, that's another excuse. Yeah.
Smart guy.
Oh, the guy, he looks for excuse in anything. I told
And
him
it
today,
sounds like
I'm
a
gonna,
pretty good excuse too. Like, we don't want to waste it.
oh
So let me
yeah,
just
that's a good
finish
one.
it.
Yeah. I told him, you know what? I'm gonna give you a challenge. From today henceforth, I will tell you how many times you give me excuse in a day and how many times you look for solution. Because I'm telling him, look, when you have something going on, you gotta be trying to figure out a solution for that, not an excuse for why it
Not
did
an
not happen.
excuse.
And I bet you the effort that you take in looking for excuses is way it takes more time than
It's
when you look for
more than the
solution.
effort of actually just doing the right thing.
Yes, that's what I told him. I'm like, it takes
I
more time,
love
and then he's
that.
telling me, no, mommy, it doesn't take much time. So it's like he's trying to he's trying to argue with me that
It's like it doesn't take much time.
yeah. So when you
With an
when you
excuse
talk
like
about the
this,
excuses, I love
I
that.
got this
People give a
down.
lot of excuses. People like to give excuses for so many things, and there are people out there who are just experts in giving excuses. And
Yeah.
again, it's a choice, right? Life is all about choices. What do you
Hmm.
really want in life? You gotta discipline yourself to get what you want. So
That's
yes,
right.
we can keep talking and talking. Let me just recognize a few people that we have on the chat here. We have someone with us live here, Facebook user. I'm not sure who that is, but thank you so much for
Hi,
joining
Facebook
us.
user.
Thank you for joining us, Facebook user. And we also have our own daddy in the house.
Hi,
Thank you
Daddy.
so much for joining us, Daddy. We appreciate you coming live with us, watching from Little Rock. Thank you. And we got Nora all the way from Peggy watching us live. Hi, sis.
Hi,
Thanks for
Nora.
joining us.
Hi, sis.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, we were talking about motivation and discipline today, and we cannot conclude this without getting you people hooked up with an opportunity that we always have that we talk about all the
Hmm.
time. So, yes, now, Carol, I want you to talk about this. So, we are all online business owners.
Yeah.
I am personally
I'm
still a
nurses.
nurse. We are nurses and online business owners, and people always ask this question: You're a nurse, you earn so well. Why did you decide to go online? Again, when you go online, you will see why I decided to go online. So just check
Oh,
it
yeah.
out, and you'll know why. So we have this business opportunity that we like to share with people, and we know today life is a struggle and a hassle. So many people have been kicked off their jobs. So many people struggle to make ends meet. So many people are looking for plan
Inflation
B. The
everywhere.
inflation everywhere. People are struggling so hard to be able to meet up with their bills. So we have an opportunity here, and we always ask people if you could get an extra $500
Oh,
every month, what are you going to do with it? $500 is just the tip of an iceberg when it comes to the business opportunity that we have here. So, Carol, what can you tell people, those who are looking for those opportunities to get started with a business, a side hustle, or to better their life? If you're looking for an opportunity to be able to spend quality time with family without worrying about your finances, you're looking to travel more, vacation more without worrying about working so hard and coming back and working so hard to pay off the credit card, then what are they supposed to do, Kara? Take it over.
so I had a conversation because as a coach, I have the rare privilege of having really deep conversations with a lot of people. And I had a conversation with this amazing guy. He lives in Alaska. I had
Mhm.
never spoken to somebody that lives in Alaska
Oh,
before.
wow.
He lives in Alaska, and he was talking about he wanted to start this business. This guy has 3 jobs,
That was
and he
me.
says sometimes, yeah, oh yeah, that was you too, right?
Yeah, that was me
And
before my
for him, he
business.
says sometimes he leaves for work and he's only able to see his family after about 2 days
Wow.
because he leaves from one job, he goes to the other one, leaves from the other one, he has to immediately go to the other one. So when he comes back home, is to just touch base with his family real quick, catch a quick, shut eye, sleep for a couple of hours, and then wake up, rinse and repeat. you know and while talking about it, like it was very, listening to that story was a little bit emotional for me because,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you, it kind of reminded me of my own journey as well and my own story as well, where I, between 2016 and 2020, I had 3 children, and all the while working, and not working just one job. Most of the times I was working 2 jobs. So imagine leaving from one job with heavy pregnancy, then going to the next job, and then here in the US, maternity leave is 12 weeks.
Yeah, you
It
guys. Oh
doesn't
my
matter if
God.
your
I don't
your
know how
your
you
your
do it.
mother or your father is the president of that company, or you, as long as you're an employee, you get 12 weeks. And before the 12 weeks are up, for some of us nurses, like sometimes your employer will even be texting you like, when are you coming back? But after my first pregnancy, my boss was texting me and asking me, oh, can you come back a little bit early? I'm like, these 12 weeks are not even enough for me.
I know,
you know
right? Well,
when am I supposed to bond with my child, when I was,
yeah.
so these are the realities for a lot of immigrants. Unfortunately, these are the realities for a lot of immigrants. You have a baby and you quickly have to figure out daycare situation. If you're not blessed with a family member, living in your household to help you watch your children while you go to work. You have to figure out daycare, and then you go right back to work. And again, like with nursing, the nursing shifts are 12 hours, 12
Yeah.
hours long.
Crazy.
You're at work for 12 hours. And then imagine if you have two jobs, you're leaving from one long shift, to another shift. What time do you spend with your children? Like I said, I will be leaving home for work a lot of times with my kids crying. And as I'm getting into the car, I start crying too.
Oh.
So it's like, but that we felt like, I felt like there were no other options. And
Yeah.
even when we had the conversation about having a business, I looked into the logistics of setting up an African store, and still it just did not make sense with our situation, because an African store with the capital to put down to get started, 20 something $1,000, and then you have to figure out recurring costs as well, rent for
Right.
the for
Yeah.
the for the place. You
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
have at least two workers, on your payroll, that you're paying them on an hourly basis. Products that I wanted to say ferment, but yeah, ferment
Have
and
to get rid of
expire
them.
and
Oh,
expire.
geez.
You have to throw those away, and that's cost that you have to take on as well, right?
Yeah.
So when I found out about this business opportunity, I could not wait to get started. I mean, from the point where I had my coaching call with Marie, and then effectively starting, I don't think I had a good night's sleep.
Thinking about being a
I
business
could not
owner.
wait, sis, because it was exactly what I was looking for. A
Yeah.
business that you can set up and run online from the comfort of your home. You don't have to worry about inventory. There's everything that you need in the package ready for you to hit the ground running. It took me 2 weeks. I went through the training, got set up, launched my business. You can literally go from, oh, I think I may want to do a business, to actually launching your business within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Arlette, one of my business
Amazing.
partners, she launched hers within 4 days. She could not wait. She's a soldier. She's in the military. She could not wait. She's like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Praise
4 days. And launching the business within 48 hours, she had two buyers already. It's almost like
Wow.
the buyers were just waiting for her,
I know it.
you know. So I keep telling people, what is it that will really hold you back? You hear about an opportunity, it's legitimate. We've told you guys it's not a scam. We filed our taxes, our business taxes this year. It's legitimate. You can do it from the comfort of your home. It's highly flexible. Whenever I get the question of, oh, do you think I can do it in my job? I just tell them, when I started, I was going back to my main nursing job, starting a second nursing job with 3 children under the age of 5. One of them a brand newborn who was a preemie. If I could do it, you can do it with your job.
Yeah.
You can absolutely do it with your job. And then you don't have to worry about market research for products or to find out the perfect product. There's already a well-vetted a list of products that you have access to. So what else? I don't know what else anybody could be looking for if they're actually really looking to start a business. I've not
Exactly.
seen any other business startup package that is better than what we have. And then you
Yeah.
get a customized web page, you get a sales funnel built for you. So
Mhm.
and then you have world-class training that is teaching you how to set up your business from day one as a global business. So it's not one of those businesses where you have to, you launch it and then you start hoping that at some point it becomes a global business. You are setting your business up from day one as a global business. One of Arlette's first buyers is based in Canada. Arlette is based here in the US.
There
That's
you go.
already international.
Yeah.
You're already
Yeah.
going international from the first week of launching
From
your
day
business.
one. Can you imagine? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's the kind of business package that we have in place. And I tell people, it's not puff puff and beans business. It's not, But if you're looking for a global, digital, highly flexible business opportunity that you can run effectively from the comfort of your home, look no further. This is it. And you're welcome. You can thank me later. You don't need to thank me now.
Yeah. Later. Yeah.
You can thank me later. So, and we have a live webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just go on to www.robosdigitalgroup.com. Put in your name, put in your email. Mary here is an amazing digital business mentor. If you have
Thank
any
you.
questions, DM her. This lady is going to help you, start and grow your business from scratch to whatever level you want to take it to. And so
Mm-hmm.
watch the live webinar tonight. After watching the live webinar, do not even delay, pre-register. There's no point in delaying, right? Remember,
No time
we
to
talked
waste.
about, don't wait for motivation.
I
Because if you
know.
wait for motivation, motivation may never come,
It's not
right?
I'm here with
So if
somebody
you
else to
feel
snatch it on the way.
Exactly. If you feel like the opportunity is for you, do not even delay. Go on robustdigitalgroup.com, put in your name, put in your email. You don't even have to wait for the live webinar tonight because there's a webinar replay already on there that you can watch. And then after watching, you just go ahead and pre-register and get your journey started. Mary's going to be your mentor and I will have the honor to be your coach. So you got this. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
do
go.
it. Let's do it. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Carol. Thank you so much. You set it up. You have set it up. Thank you. Thank you. Again, guys, you guys heard it, and she is just one in how many?
Thousands.
How many case that have their lives changed because of this business opportunity? So don't hesitate, guys. Check it out. Our webinar actually tonight, if you're in Central Standard Time, it's 7 p.m. If you are Mountain Time, it's 6 p.m. So don't hesitate to sign up and we will be glad to see you on the other side. We
That's
got
right.
Leopold Kamger here. Thank you so much, bro, for joining
Hi,
us.
babe.
I thought I was going to miss you today. Oh.
He's
Thank
ever,
you
ever
so much.
present,
I
ever
know.
present.
I know. He says, love the business, flexible and easy to run, pay well. Yes, I love all those qualities
Yes,
of the
pay well,
business.
guys.
Yes.
In August, oh my gosh, in August,
I know. Eh? I
I
know.
made
I know.
in 1 month, just August, what I made in my first year of working as a registered nurse.
Spit
The
it out
entire year of working as a registered nurse, what I
in
made in
one
that
month.
year,
In
and I
one
was
month.
working as an operating room nurse circulator.
Can you imagine?
Operating room nurse circulator, what I made in that entire year, I made from my digital business in 1 month in August.
Yeah.
So there's something here. I mean, I call it my gold mine. I don't
Yeah.
know what you call it. I call it my
It's a
gold
gold
mine.
mine. Come deep. It is a gold mine.
It's
When
absolutely
I
a gold mine.
when we receive our first uh, envelope in the
Yes.
mail, paycheck. Oh my God! I calculated it, and it was like 4 times my 1 day
Yep.
work, and that is
Yep.
one my 1 day pay from the
Paid
business. It's
from the
like
business.
4 times 1 day work at
Absolutely.
work. So can you imagine? Like that is just
From
hmm,
home.
from home.
From home. I didn't have to
Why
go
still
nowhere.
going to work? Okay, leave it there. Let's go. Oh, Nora is asking what time is Cameroon time. So it's 7 hours difference. Um, so
It's probably
6
going to be
p.m. my time
about
plus 7. 6 plus 7. What's that?
1 a.m.
13. So 1 a.m. Yeah, it's gonna
1
be
a.m.
1
Cameroon
a.m.
time.
Cameroon time. Yes. Nora, 1 a.m.
And
Cameroon
I
time.
know Nora, I think Nora works night shift.
Yeah, most often I think she works night shifts. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So you can watch it while at work. I hope nobody's listening at work.
Yeah, you can watch it. You can watch it while at work, while your patients
Yeah,
are sleeping.
I know. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for all those who joined us live, and thank you to so much for
Thank you
those who are
guys.
watching the replay. We appreciate you all. And again, don't forget to share, guys. Share, 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 share. We appreciate you for sure. And Caroline, it's always a pleasure to hang out here
Same
with
here,
you.
sis.
I love the energy that you always bring on here, and let's keep it going. I love it for sure. I do. I
Thank
know
you.
we said 15 to 20 minutes, 30
I
minutes, but
know.
we're
Look at
still
us
in 15
now.
minutes yet. But again, it's the
It's okay.
excitement and the flow and giving the right information, right? So that's what keeps us going. So thank you once more,
Absolutely.
actually, for being disciplined to this day. I appreciate that for sure. Guys, thank you so much. And we're going to see you again next Thursday, same
That's
time
right.
or
Oh, we'll see
earlier
you at the
time.
webinar. We'll see you
Oh
at the
no!
webinar
Oh my
first,
God!
and
We'll see you
then
at the webinar tonight, and
see
then
you
we'll see
next
you next
Thursday.
Thursday again. You take care out there. We love you all. Bye for now.
Bye.